Church, Ryan Knight here. Let's find out what's going on this week at Summit. Can you believe that we're in June already? It's hard for me to believe that we've been functioning with online service content, Zoom calls, all the various things we've been using these past 3 months now. I can't tell you how thankful I am that as a church family, we're moving closer and closer to all being together again here in this building. You know, as we wait for that step to be fully realized, the elders laid out for our church last week a 3-step plan where we incrementally regather as the church over the next few months. And as we talked about this past week, the church is a people and it's not a building. So as Pierce County moves into phase 2 of the state of Washington's plan, we're thankful to be able to begin meeting in small groups of 2 to 3 households this Sunday to watch our virtual service together. We're calling these small gatherings on Sundays microgroups. And I'm going to pass it over to Pastor Ben here, who's going to share with us exactly what a microgroup is and how you can be a part of one.
Microgroups are these small groups of 2 to 3 households gathered in a single home around the online service, worshiping together. And so this Sunday morning, Summit homes across Pierce County are going to be filled with the smell of coffee and tea, the sound of people singing together. There's going to be babies and toddlers and teenagers and singles and empty nesters and retirees all together with one another in different forms. Now, every group is going to look a little bit different, but they'll be gathered on couches, stools, on the floor. The kids will be there, all coming around one gospel, worshiping with one heart our Lord Jesus Christ as the church, right? As our church, Summit Christian Fellowship. We want you to be a part of that. It's super easy to get connected. If you're already a part of a community group, your CG leader is going to fill you in on all of the details. But if you're not part of a community group yet, we would love to help you either join a micro group or host or lead one if you're interested in that. We're going to be sending out all kinds of resources to help you to do that well. You can sign up on the Regather page of our website, or you can email us directly, but we can't wait for this Sunday. Don't miss it.
Last week, the state of Washington announced that we could begin exploring and utilizing the option of meeting in larger groups outside. So with weather beginning to turn a little bit warmer direction and the beautiful Pacific Northwest summer just around the corner, which is something that I cannot wait to experience firsthand, the leadership team is working hard here to make an outdoor gathering an option. And we're excited to announce that our first outdoor gathering will take place on June 28th at 5 p.m. weather permitting. We're calling it Sunday Night Live on the Lawn. So plan to bring your whole family, a blanket, some chairs, a picnic dinner, and a desire to worship and fellowship together with the Summit family. More details to follow, so mark your calendars and plan to join us. Erlene Zook and Jeannie Beatty have been feverishly making masks for those who have given to our COVID-19 Benevolence Fund. Not only have a bunch of people in our congregation donated $10 for a pair of masks, we've also been able to give away a substantial amount of masks to local hospitals and specialized care units for their protection as well. I want to pass it over again to Pastor Ben so he can share a little bit with us the details in terms of how the Lord is using Summit through your generosity to meet tangible needs during this time.
Church, it's hard to express how blown away we are at the generosity that so many of you have shown. You have given almost $12,000 to our COVID-19 Benevolence Fund, this fund that's aimed at meeting the needs of individuals and families at Summit especially. Our deacons have done an amazing job following up with needs and overseeing how we use those funds, and so far, we've been able to use $3,000 of that to bless 6 different individuals and families. You know, one of the things that we know as we look out on the months ahead is that financial needs are only going to increase, both in our church and in the wider community. It's probably likely that we have not felt the full economic effects of COVID-19 yet, and that means that there are going to be more opportunities for us as the church to serve well out of gospel generosity. And so we want to encourage you, as the Lord puts it on your heart, would you consider giving above and beyond your regular giving to that COVID-19 Benevolence Fund? As always, there's several ways that you can give, either online or by mail. Let's keep trusting God together to meet our needs as we serve as the hands and feet of Jesus, meeting the needs of others in the moment that God has put us right now.
Well, those are the announcements for this week. This weekend as elders, we have decided that a pause is needed before we return to our series in Matthew, really to give us time to address the issues dominating our world today, specifically our country. And as I'm sure all of us have sensed the past 2 weeks especially, the climate in our nation has only risen and intensified in tension related to racial relations. We know that there is a real pain, a heartache, and confusion that many inside of our body and more broadly in our community are experiencing across the country as well. In these times, we know it's hard to know exactly what to do and how to think. And so instead of turning a blind eye and ignoring what's going on all around us, the church today has a chance to lean in with listening ears, with empathy, grieving past wrongs that we've done, and cling to the gospel hope that the current moment calls for. The church, the people of Jesus Christ, those who stand on the gospel, have a chance to speak to this present moment in a prophetic way, addressing racial tension and reconciliation needed through the only means that will bring lasting change, and that is the gospel transforming us both personally and corporately. This weekend you'll find some intentionally selected content that we hope starts a helpful, ongoing conversation in our families, in our church, and multiplies in such a way that brings about gospel fruit and redemption in our city as well. So tune in this weekend, join in the conversation with us. We hope you have a great rest of your week, Summit family.